Moving into Chapter 1, we witness the devastating aftermath of the Yakman clan's massacre. Talk about a rough waking. Sura opens his eyes to a literal battlefield. It's so bad that even the crows would need therapy after witnessing the carnage. Fueled by a fiery desire for vengeance, he vows to take down everyone involved in the massacre. Meanwhile, we meet Jinja Kang, the last standing warrior of his clan, who's pretty much been through the ringer. This chapter sets the stage for a buddy cop scenario, if the buddies were just super angry and lifelong enemies seeking revenge. The sense of impending doom is palpable, and it's clear that these two have a chilly reunion on the horizon. Chapter 2 throws us straight into the action. Sura finds himself in a life-or-death battle, held captive by a bunch of sadistic captors who clearly missed their calling as stand-up comedians, if their comedy involved insults and torture. They revel in tormenting him, tossing around taunts about his clan's destruction like it's open mic night. As flashbacks haunt him, his sorrow transforms into determination, leading to some epic, albeit chaotic, moments where Sura fights back. He's basically channeling every rage quit from video games while plotting a glorious comeback. Sura's effort hints that he's gearing up for some serious payback, and the chapter ends with us feeling like he might actually have a fighting chance against these bozos. By Chapter 3, we further explore Sura's desire for revenge as he awkwardly bumps into the members of the Gangheo Marimsa, who seem to revel in their nefariousness in even the darkest of times. Their conversations are dripping with secrets that sound like bad soap opera material, hinting at betrayal and complicated relationships. Perfect for a revenge story, right? Sura faces some serious adversaries, and just when you think he's in over his head, he confronts a familiar face that adds a twist to the mix. In a scene that feels more like the climax of a thriller movie, Sura unleashes his determination against those who scratched his revenge itch, paving the way for some legendary showdowns. In Chapter 4, our attention shifts to Jinja Kang, dealing with his own emotional baggage. I mean, who knew getting vengeance came hand in hand with nostalgia? Jin is confronted by someone from his past, and it's basically a catch-up chat that turns into a deep dive about his motivations. He's got a mentor who is like that wise old man from a superhero movie, guiding him on his path, only here it's revenge instead of saving the world. The atmosphere thickens with tension as Jin makes it clear that he's all in for the long haul. This chapter tugs at our heartstrings, reminding us that behind every vengeful hero is a story filled with tragedy. As we parade into Chapter 5, emotions begin to clash like a poorly coordinated dance-off. Jin and the other survivors are still grappling with their haunting pasts, and the shadowy discussions among them hint at unresolved conflicts like bad leftovers that no one wants to eat. Jin's internal struggles are as intense as a soap opera cliffhanger. But don't worry, he's not just sitting around crying. Plans are brewing to confront their enemies, laying the groundwork for a showdown that screams drama and tension. The chapter concludes with a foreboding vibe, leaving us to think that maybe they should invest in some better maps, because trouble seems to be lurking around every corner. Chapter 6 packs a punch of adrenaline as Jinja Kang and his imaginary friend group prepare for their revenge. Seriously, it's like a group project, but with way higher stakes. They discuss the number of foes they need to eliminate, and Jin takes charge, because what would a revenge story be without someone calling the shots? As they strategize, surefire tension builds, mixed with some banter that's more amusing than it should be considering they're gearing up for battle. When the encounter with hostile forces kicks off, it's like watching an action movie where the hero surprises everyone with his super skills. Cue the dramatic music. Jin exhibits skills that are simply out of this world, hinting at a sword spirit. You know, just your average day when you've got a ghostly sword buddy on your side. In Chapter 7, Jinja Kang dives headfirst into a fierce confrontation where his martial arts skills will be put to the ultimate test. Let's just say, if you thought intense action scenes were exclusive to Hollywood, you've never read this manhwa. The dynamics among the antagonist group come straight from the Disbelief Club, as they start doubting Jin's power. Hi, hello? Did they not check his credentials? The chaos heightens as friends become foes, and a character finds themselves incapacitated, proving that revenge has real consequences. As the chapter ends, our hearts race with anticipation. Will Jin come out of this victorious? Will he have to pull off a last-minute heroic comeback? Whatever happens, you can bet we're here for the ride. As we conclude our journey through the first 8 chapters, it's evident that this saga is one fueled by vengeance, heart, and some good old martial arts flair. With intricate narratives, intense confrontations, and characters packing emotional punches, this manhwa is going to keep us on our toes, unless, of course, they're busy plotting revenge.